welcome to Mock the Week. I'm Dara O'Brien. Joining me this week are Andy Parsons, Zoe Lyons and Rob Beckett, Ed Byrne, Hugh Dennis and Milton Jones. We start with a round called If This Is the Answer, What is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Zoe, which category would you like?
I'm going to go for politics, please.
Delightful. Politics is the category. The answer is 2%. What is the question?
Is the question, how much of his speeches does Ed Miliband usually remember at conference?
Is it how much of Greg Wallace can dance?
Is it how many dragons have a tattoo of a girl?
What percentage of battery life on your phone does watching a porn film become a race against time?
Is it what is the top mark Joey Essex ever got at school?
Is it how many Americans think they should invade Ebola?
Is it how much DNA does Prince Harry share with Prince William?
Some things become newly outrageous for the Mock the Week crowd. We're here so long, we've seen that one go in and out of being shocking.
Clearly, I have misjudged the mood of conference.
Is it what percentage of Chris de Burgh is under the surface?
I think this is quite accurate. How many people who own it have actually listened to the new U2 album?
Is it the percentage chance of Jeremy Clarkson becoming the Prime Minister of Argentina?
If I can have a correct
Okay, is it
answer.
how much effort am I prepared to put into this answer?
This is to do with the latest polls, political polls, and apparently the Tories are now 2% ahead.
Absolutely right. Thank you very much, Zoe Lyons. Well done. That's right. The question I was looking for was by what percentage were the Conservatives leading Labour according to polls this week? This is the story. The recent polls have put the Conservatives 2 points ahead of Labour. This is the first time the party has been in the lead since March 2012.
Who are they asking? I've never been asked. Who are they asking to get these results? Sort of just go, oh, should we ask those people by the closed-down coal mine? Now leave them. Oh, sorry to interrupt your fox, son. Who do you reckon you're going to vote for?
He had a good week, though, hasn't he, David Cameron? His approval ratings are up to -4%.
Yes.
Nick Clegg on -65. I am loving those minus numbers. It makes it look like even imaginary people think they're shit as well.
As far as I'm concerned, the Prime Minister is out of touch with the British people. But that's Gordon Brown for you.
Imagine, though, a -65% improvement. That means Nick Clegg must sit around dreaming of a time when no one likes him. He's aiming for just nobody.
If they're 2 points ahead, why don't they just do the election now? Because they could do it online. They could do it on Tinder, couldn't they? Just, like, swipe left for Labour, swipe right for... double right for UKIP. That's quite good.
Yeah. Are you on Tinder, by the way?
I'm not on Tinder, no. I've got a girlfriend.
I got to actually recommend there's a comedian's version of it called Grindr. A couple of really nice guys said you will put you on Grindr and you can meet other comedians and audience members of comedy.
How did you get on with that?
Really well, really friendly guys, actually, yeah.
Do you mean Grindr?
Yes, that's the joke. Why do you think that Labour support is declining?
Because they've got these new policies like mansion tax, which is sort of ridiculous.
Why is it sort of ridiculous?
Even the Queen is going to have to pay it, apparently.
Really?
And she could justifiably say, I don't live in a mansion. I live in a palace.
But the other thing that put the Tories ahead is David Cameron came out with a warning, which was a vote for UKIP. He said, go to bed with Nigel Farage, wake up with Ed Miliband. Which, there are freaks out there for whom that is the perfect evening.
If you simply said, go to bed with Nigel Farage, wake up with Nigel Farage, that would have been a sufficient threat for me. Not to go to bed with Nigel Farage.
If his wife has
Can
to...
you imagine turning over those teeth, that big Nigel Farage grin in the morning? Shall I make you tea?
It's not working, though, is it, all this? Everyone hates all the leaders, so no one... I reckon democracy, it's had a go. Why don't we try a dictator? Don't get me wrong, we'll vote in a nice one and get them to do it and just see how it goes. It's a bit like Korea, but nicer with better haircuts.
I don't think you get... I don't think you get to vote in a dictator.
Yeah, I think that's normally the harsh bit of it. But maybe I could do my own one where you have a dictator but you vote it in. That's democracy, isn't it?
Vote for me and you'll never have to vote again. It's a slogan of sorts, isn't it?
Can we go back to the actual legitimate political parties who are operating within the democracy?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we say this, by the way, on a very democratic night. This is the second time in a few weeks that we have been on at 10 o'clock on a Thursday as the polls have closed and the nation is agog. I remember about this time, about 2-3 weeks ago, where we're just choosing our whiskey to settle in to watch the Scottish referendum elections. I know it'll be the same for many of you sitting at home going, oh, an exciting night of watching the results of the Clacton by-election come tumbling in tonight. Why would that be historic?
Because it might be the first time UKIP have an MP.
Yes. There's Carswell, who's the UKIP candidate. He's the one on the right, rather than the one in the shop staring out.
Despicable Me.
It seems like that's the kind of, exactly the kind of person UKIP is trying to remove from kind of communities like Clacton.
Is it one of your minions? Is that who it is?
Shut up. They're not my minions. They're not my minions.
Even to be fair, though, they are very hard workers.
They are very hard workers. Yeah. That's why I employed them from all my plans. No! Well, Miliband got criticised during the conference for something that Cameron did.
Miliband got criticised because he forgot most of his speech, didn't he?
Most of his speech. Well, he didn't stand walking around going, there was something...
One was he forgot chunks of his speech,
yes,
but his speech was still an hour long. Now, I watched that speech. He should have forgotten more. That was my opinion.
They're all making mistakes, aren't they, guys? He forgot stuff in his speech, and the Lib Dems put stuff in their speeches which you kind of think, that's not really going to help. So they have just... One of their policies is to legalise brothels, isn't it? The Lib Dems. They're going to have shiny new brothels all over the place with a queuing system that goes, prostitute number 1.
It's like they're desperate, isn't it? Like going, oh, what should we do? No one likes us. Tell you what, legalise brothels. Oh, what's going to be next? Like, you can smoke in pubs, drinking's not bad for you, and cocaine Fridays? Should we do that? Can you vote for me then?
Until recently, I thought Nick Clegg was something you did to Oscar Pistorius to stop him moving around.
In other news, what will rocket scientists attempt for the first time on the 12th of November?
Is it to get a girlfriend? I knew you were going to... I knew that was going to hurt you, wasn't it?
It hurt me, actually, yeah it is.
Because you know some rocket scientists who've got girlfriends, don't you?
Yes, I do, and they're all happy people.
Suddenly turned into step tones.
Trust the telly face is slipping now.
It's like one of the minions is kicking off. Yeah. Keep him in check, Dara.
Do they know the actual correct...
They're trying to chuck a robot on a comet.
Frighteningly, almost exactly what they are trying to do.
There are people who've devoted their life to this, who've just gone, we put it like that, it doesn't sound like much, does it?
So dropping a small robot onto a comet as it travels at some ridiculous speed, it's an astonishing thing.
It's basically the plot of Armageddon, except the comet's not coming anywhere near us.
No.
You're right, it's an amazing feat of engineering. It's
incredible.
You know, getting a small craft to land on a comet 500 million miles away, bang on time. I mean, on this Earth, South West trains often can't get a driver on a train.
I mean, it's even more impressive because, as I said, they're dropping a robot onto a comet, and people go, oh, so what? It's the robot from Confused.com. That irritating one that goes around with the check going, hello, Terry, I have Confused.com. And I think that is a positive step for humanity.
It's going to be very, very confused when it finds itself on a comet.
They're always chucking robots and satellites and stuff. Though I'm thinking about the robots. I've seen WALL-E, and it's a sad place.
Will the robot come back, or is that it?
No, that's it for the robot.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
No, I don't like that.
You've probably driven your microwave oven to a dump at some stage. Did you cry? Did you think, don't look, make it face away from me as I drive away? As I tip my old washing machine, don't let it see me! Don't let it see me as I drive away.
Why don't we just hope that comet hits Earth and it can come back?
Well, it'd be the last laugh for that robot if it suddenly kept smashing back, isn't it? Oh, hello!
Riding it like a bronco.
Say hello to me again! You're dying confused? Not anymore!
You should be able to get it back, though, because normally when I go anywhere on a train, it's only a little bit more for a return, isn't it?
The robot was murdered outside my house once. Well, there was like a chalk outline. Although, thinking about it, it might have been some kids playing hopscotch.
At the end of that one, we're going to Rob, Zoe and Andy! Now we play a round called Welcome to the Glib Dem Conference. This game involves Zoe and Milton, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launch the wheel of news, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let us spin the wheel. The first subject is food and drink.
I love my food. I don't like the way women are still advertised to, like certain foods are a naughty little treat. You know the ones? Chocolate's naughty, innit? In chocolate, naughty. Girls eating chocolate. Isn't that naughty? I think, no, it's not. Chocolate's not naughty, eat it. Chocolate's only naughty if you've beaten somebody to death with a foot-long Toblerone. I'm very competitive around food. Do you know what I mean by that? Does anybody else panic in a tapas situation? Do you know any sort of shared plate environment, do you find yourself sort of facially twitching, thinking, this isn't going to be enough, is it? My nightmare scenario is if I go out for a meal and somebody at the end of the table just goes, should we order just lots of little things and share it? I'm like, should we just not? I take it very seriously. I'll shovel it in, I really do. Don't attempt to eat tapas with me, that's what I'm saying, because you will lose. You will lose, and then you'll have a little cry when I make you split the bill, because that will happen. There's usually one girl at the end of the table just crying her eyes out, going, why am I paying 53 quid, though? I only had an olive. I'm like, you had the same chances as me, bitch, you just didn't take them. You were banging on about this and banging on about that. I was shoveling in the meatballs. I was getting my money's worth. In fact, I managed to eat so much that night, I got up to leave, I put my glasses on, I thought, they feel tight.
Zoe. OK, that leaves us with Milton. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is home.
My mum's a bit like the Beijing government. When you go round, you only see the nice china. I was smacked as a child, but you should see the state of the home I put my parents in. I grew up in a home that was always full of exciting and exotic items from all over the world, because my parents were both baggage handlers. These days, I live in a windmill. It's not a big windmill, and to be honest, golf balls keep coming through the front door. The other day, I lost my doormat. But fortunately, I keep a spare under a giant bunch of keys in the front garden. As a child, I had a medical condition that meant I had to eat soil 3 times a day in order to survive. Lucky my older brother told me about it, really. He later died of massive head injuries. He was hit over the head with a Toblerone.
Thank you very much, Johnny Jones. Points there for Zoe Lyon. Zoe, come back. Our next round is called Why Are These People in the News? So, why are these people in the news?
Is it a middle-aged couple taking their young son for a walk?
I was just thinking, the years have not been kind to McFly.
I reckon it's from my favourite TV show from America. It's 2.5 Men, isn't it?
Yeah, or 3 men and a baby the baby hasn't been born yet.
Is it low turnout for twat pride?
Say, I don't care what the arrow says, we are walking on the left.
Does look like the evolution of man in reverse, doesn't it?
I know what the actual story is, please.
Is it
Yes.
the Top Gear guys getting chased out of Argentina?
Yeah, of course it is.
For
Thank you
being
very
so
much,
bloody-
Rob Becker. Thank you very much. Yes, this is Top Gear presented with Jeremy Clarkson, James May and Richard Hammond, who this week were chased out of Argentina by an angry mob. The mob claimed that the use of the number plate H982FKL was an inflammatory reference to the 1982 Falklands War. Now, they denied it. They denied it. But somehow, you still kind of feel that maybe it was.
Wouldn't you believe them more about it wasn't deliberate if the Stig hadn't been following them dressed as a penguin, waving a picture of Margaret Thatcher?
I don't get why they've taken Top Gear to South America. Surely South America's got enough Top Gear as it is. Right, guys? You've got to do one proper one, haven't you, now and again?
If they're on television, shouldn't they have used one of those blurry number plates?
It's so strange now, Top Gear. I remember it used to be about, like, cars. Now it's just like watching a documentary of your dad's mates having a breakdown.
I've got no interest in it because I've got no interest in cars. I did once buy a second-hand car, and I can remember thinking I ought to look underneath the bonnet. And I looked underneath the bonnet, and all I could think was, well, that looks full.
That is the mark of a good car,
Yeah.
how full it is under the
And then
bonnet.
I thought, well, I better kick the tyres, because I'd seen somebody once do that on the
Very
film.
important, very important, very important.
And
yeah.
they're surprisingly hard if you've never kicked a
No.
tyre before.
I find you often kick the second tyre a lot less energetically than you kick the first tyre, and with a different foot.
I was once selling a second-hand car, the car I had to get rid of, and I thought, you always think that you're going to know less about cars than the bloke who's buying the car. And this bloke came, and he did all the kicking of the tyres, everything. I thought, oh, God, he knows a lot. And he looked at all the bodywork. And then he got into the car, and he sat behind the driving seat, and he said, so, he was sitting there with me there, he said, so, is this a left-hand or a right-hand drive?
Yeah, you went, cha-ching!
Personalised number plate's a good day. I bought my son one when he was born, but I did have to call him TGH 308F.
When you buy a second-hand car, still, every now and again you will see they'll use that strapline, one lady owner. Have you seen that? That makes me cracks me up.
Who is this woman with all
I don't
these
know.
cars?
I don't know who she... It's the word lady as well. It just makes it sound like all of us women just drive around in bonnets with white gloves on with a freshly baked Battenberg steaming away beside us on the seat. When I sell the car that I've got at the moment, I'll be able to use the strapline, one lady owner, and I'll tell you exactly what that means. It meant 2 months ago I managed to drive it for half an hour with the handbrake on. That's what it means.
You really just hammer it.
Yeah.
You'll get, no handbrake can hold you.
If you go downhill...
Honey, you're an independent woman, and no handbrake is going to hold you. Push you.
I just convinced myself the car in front was having a little barbecue in the back seat.
What weird modern-day inventions have been in the news this week?
There's a bracelet they've invented that shocks you if you don't go to the gym when you said you were going to go to the gym.
Yes, it's called it's a wristband, or a Pavlok wristband, and it gives you a motivational zap if you haven't. It tells you GPS-wise. It senses that you're in the gym or wherever you said you're going to be, or at the meeting you're supposed to be at, and it gives you an electric shock if you've not.
I don't think motivational and zap go together, really, do they?
It's basically a watch for masochists, isn't
Yes.
it? You know, it's like, I've been a bad boy. I don't think I've quite been bad enough. Turn it up a bit more. I wonder if I put this on my penis, how this is going to work.
You wouldn't need to...
Just make sure you're not down to 2%, you'll be all right.
You're saying if you go to the wrong website, it'll give you a little shock so you don't go on the website.
Yes, it
but
does
surely
do
if you
that.
go on a website that you shouldn't really be on, you just delete history, don't you? I mean, the tricky bit is not deleting history. The tricky bit is then going on all the innocuous websites afterwards so as it doesn't look like you've deleted history. That's the tricky bit, isn't it?
History seems to be very empty in this computer, because
Yeah,
I saw you on it all evening yesterday.
Yeah, I never touched the deleted
I've never
history.
on it like that, yeah. Yes. Private browsing, Andy, private browsing. My favourite member of the Army Corps, private browsing. Good afternoon, Private Browsing. Are you on duty again? I certainly am, Dara. I shall be protecting you from any inappropriate sights. Private Browsing, reporting for duty. Pants down, Private Browsing in here.
I shall protect your browsing while you shop for gifts for your wife. Because that is apparently what private browsing was invented for.
I love that. Oh, I mean, I've got private browsing on because I'm shopping for some gifts for my wife. Oh, really? You seem to be buying her pornography. Are you sure this is the gift she particularly wants? Private browsing. Reporting for
She
duty.
told me that her favourite film as a child was Double Fist and Fist.
Private Browsing isn't happy with it. Private Browsing has never had to work under these conditions before. He's mainly used for shopping for gifts.
Private Browsing is retraining as an electrician.
Why did you leave the army? Oh, the things I saw. I saw some things.
You weren't there, man.
You weren't there. You weren't there. You didn't see what I saw. The first casualty of war, my friend. Your private browsing, the first casualty of war is innocence. Private browsing. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know anything like Benny Hill. Private browsing. At your service. Madam.
Benny Hill would do.
No, it'd be like, you know, what's it, the paper clip that would appear. It seems to
You look like you're buying some pornography.
small animated soldier came out and said, "Do you want to look at the porn?" Private Browsing can help you with that. I'm amusing myself here. It's the last record of a long summer, you know. Literally, I've got to enjoy this because in 3 days' time I'll be going, over the next 12 weeks, 20 candidates will be putting themselves in sugar.
Private Browsing's going to get some visitors.
He's going to get some fucking hammering.
I think your penis is going to get some corporal punishment.
There'll be some major damage and general recklessness. What new trend and Colonel Abrams?
That was it.
Sorry, we'll bring it back.
Lost it.
Stop. Colonel Abrams is great, though. None of you remember... Do any of you even remember Colonel Abrams? Anyway, he sang a song called Trapped. It was really good.
I can't get out. I'm trapped like a fool. I'm in a cage.
I'm like a man in a cage. I'm so in love with you, love with you, love with you. Sorry, did I even carry on with the show? Sorry. Yeah, whatever.
You boys have got a shared past we can only imagine about.
At the end of the poll is going to Ed here in Milton. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see, so if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, I'll read out this week's topics and then we'll see what our panelists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is things you wouldn't hear at a party conference.
Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome to the UKIP party conference.
The leader's speech will be signed for the hard of hearing.
Welcome to the UKIP party conference, and we've picked the most British place we could find. Welcome to Benidorm.
And the good news is the polling data is in, and we are just ahead of others.
Good news, if you're a small mother, we're going to raise the minimum wage.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and welcome your new leader of the UKIP party. It's Mrs. Chowdhury and her wife, Paula.
Fellow members of UKIP, I think it is safe to say, judging by the amount of Eastern Europeans working in the kitchen here, that the soup we had for lunch was mainly piss.
As the Lib Dem leader, I say to you, go back to your constituencies and prepare your CVs.
Let me say quite categorically that this party is in favour of nuclear power.
Welcome, Liberal Democrats. The theme of our conference this year: why are we bothering?
Please welcome to the stage your new Prime Minister, Mel B.
And for the last time, can I assure you that the NHS is safe in our blood-stained money-grabbing hands?
OK, the next topic is unlikely things to hear on daytime TV.
Good night.
Well, welcome back to Dutch Daytime TV. Next up, it's Hash in the Attic.
Hello and welcome to The Chase.
Long walk back, long walk back.
I know, I should have gone the other way.
Good evening. Sorry, good afternoon. Forgot how badly my career was going there.
Today on 60 Minute Makeover, David Dickinson gets re-sprayed with creosote again.
Thank you for watching this morning. Now put down the vodka, get dressed and go to work.
Today on Jeremy Kyle, Jayden will be asking Mustafa... No, I better not do that one.
Today's episode of Jeremy Kyle has just been cancelled.
Today on Jeremy Kyle, Jayden will be asking Spencer why he won't read his research paper on neutron decay in lithium isotopes. That was worth it.
Today on Jeremy Kyle, Jayden will be asking Spencer, where is Mustafa?
Hello and welcome to Who Do You Think You Are? How dare you? I don't care if you're a 70s DJ.
Welcome back. Well, we'll see if the police catch them before they actually hand over the drugs. Yep, it's deal or no deal.
Susan asked for a distressed look in her front room, so we told her a cat had been run over.
You're watching More 4. Next up, I'm gonna go with Come Dine With Me.
The next programme has been sponsored by Dignitas. Come die with me.
And next, I'm going to be reading out some of your texts and emails. That's what you get for not locking your phone.
Due to a misunderstanding, Flog It Saudi Arabia has been cancelled.
Hello and welcome to Loose Women.
OK, here's that round of applause with Ed Hugh Milton. And that's the end of the show. This week's winners are Andy Parton, Zoe Lyons and Rob Beckett. Commiserations to Ed Byrne, Hugh Dennis and Milton Jones. Thank you for watching. I'm Dara Green. Good night.
Tomorrow at 10, lovingly located here on BBC Two, the L series of QI continues with Johnny Vegas and Jason Manford joining Stephen Fry. Next tonight, it's Newsnight.
Welcome to the last show in our current run of Mock the Week. And what a series it's been. We've danced the samba, we've played the harp, and we've enjoyed some hilarious characters, ranging from Trago Mills and Princess Monaco of Kent to Alex Salmond. So, crazy times. Let's see if we can recapture a bit of that magic now as we present our annual randomly assembled jumble of outtakes, old favourites and brand new material. Hope you enjoy it. We start with a round called If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Sarah, which category would you like?
Politics, please. OK,
the category is politics. The answer is oil, money and missiles. What is the question?
Is that hashtag Iraq War spoilers?
Is it actually how is Chelsea Football Club funded?
Is it the Middle East version of rock, paper, scissors?
Is it 3 things that A&E nurses have found up people's bottoms?
Is it 3 things America looks for in an enemy?
Is it since I've grown a beard what I'm most likely to be searched for at an airport?
Is it what does Abu Qatada shout at the moment of orgasm?
I'm going to move towards the correct answer if I can.
Is it I lost a stone on which diet?
The correct answer is this is things that are going to be affected if Scotland get independence.
That is, yeah...
Whatever it is, it's about Scottish independence.
It is,
or as I like to call it, the Great British Break-Off. Do you know, my big worry about the whole Scottish independence thing is what happened, how they introduced, Friday morning, how they introduced Good Morning Britain.
Well, I presume what happened, if it's a yes vote, is that on one of the Good Morning shows, we will see live footage of Lorraine Kelly being arrested and put into a back of a truck with other well-known Scottish people and being sent back to Scotland to host a show if she wants up there. Who knows how she'll forage for berries or something, I don't know. She and other Scots will listen, be driven away and dumped at the border. And I don't applaud that. It's clearly a joke. It hasn't come true, right, Dara? Yeah. That'll show them. That'll show the ones who had no vote.
I'm quite excited for them to go independent, though, because then when I have a Scotch egg, I can claim to like foreign food.
I thought Scotch eggs were where Scottish people came from.
I've actually got a genuine, concern about this because my wife and I had a baby during the Edinburgh Festival. Not completely unexpected. We, went through the normal procedures or whatever. But basically, what happened was we had the baby during the festival and then didn't register the baby because we were told that we could come back here and do it. Then came back here and they said, "Oh, you should have done it in Scotland." So now I'm going to go back to Scotland, like when it's all going on, and I don't know if I'll be allowed to keep him yet.
He may be raised as Scottish.
I might just have to take him there and just leave him and say, just write or something.
But OK, because Lorraine Kelly will gather him up, but when she's foraging for berries, she'll separate some out for your child.
But it was lovely. I don't know, being in the birth is a horrible... For the man, I think, it's a difficult... I mean, for the woman, it's tough too. Don't get me wrong. It looked like it wasn't pleasant for her. But, like, they had to show you the placenta afterwards.
Oh,
so that you...
God.
No, seriously.
What's this got to do with independence? This one's going to live on its own.
They were looking at it. They had it spread out on the floor, and I was just sort of watching as they were looking at it, and all I was thinking was, like, my phone is charging right next to that. Like, it's... I was really worried about it.
I said, were you in the delivery room and did you go, listen, man, I got no chart. Can I just... is this machine that goes bip? Is that doing anything? Can I... Yeah, just for 10 minutes? Because I'm in the red here, right?
I was born in a corridor.
You were born... Everyone's born in a corridor.
No, like... Can you two speak German?
Yeah.
Ein bisschen,
yeah.
Because I was in Oxford Street the other day, and this German tourist came up to me and spoke to me in German. She thought I was
quite
German.
Germanic looking, though.
Yeah, I know. And I don't know any German.
You do tend to...
I went, don't know what you're talking about, mate.
But then why are you dressed in lederhosen and slapping your ankles, doing the slapping ankles
I just love October and a beer.
I have the same thing. People think I'm German.
People think I'm any fat, bald man. I don't think... He's just like you. Here's a picture of me going, oh, horrible-looking man. Anyway.
Who's your looky-likey, though?
Well, obviously...
Celebrity looky-likey.
Is the Megabus man a celebrity these days? Al Murray, I once say. Al Murray a lot.
Al Murray?
Al Murray, yeah.
Yeah, it looks nothing like you, mate.
I had some guy come up to me in Chiswick and say, hello, Al Murray, and I went, no. And the guy went, oh, I'm sorry. Hello, pub landlord. And I walked off and I left him thinking, Jesus, Al Murray's a prick, isn't he? What other innovations have we seen this World Cup?
Spray foam.
Spray foam.
Love it.
Spray foam is magic.
So exciting,
It's
isn't it?
really good, isn't it? Like,
really
because
great.
it's actually... I think people genuinely think it's like a wall that magically creates a barrier. They go, oh, like they're trapped in a crystal prison. Like Superman and I can't get out of here. I'm trapped against the glass.
It does disappear pretty quickly, but if you're going to put a white line in front of footballers, it's going to go. Isn't it?
I'm not warned us about it, so it just looked like he'd completely lost the plot. You know when, like, Vanessa started writing things in Big Brother? It looked like, I can't deal with the pressure, I'm just spraying on the ground.
And the choice of music doesn't mean an inspiring piece of music. The ITV music in particular is just a guy going, Brazil. And they put the rest of the song out. It's like, it's a really good song. It's a really famous samba song, that one with like, dun 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 dun. No, we don't want the bit. We just want the bit where you go, Brazil.
I like it. Obviously, I love the Brazilian rhythms.
Yes, obviously. Obviously, I look at you and I think, here's a man who loves Brazilian rhythms. I think Josh Widdicombe and I think the intoxicating samba rhythms of Brazil. You know, we see you backstage, Josh, where you wear that giant, like, headdress that comes all the way out. And you're just in there going, hey, what are we going to talk about in the show today? Dun, 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 that cheeky look in your face.
Well, I'm looking forward to when they watch this bit of the show and then get you in for the final. It's going to be brilliant, isn't it? You stammering across the ITV studio.
If they flew me to Brazil for the final, I will wear the headdress. I am dun 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 dun. Na 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 na. Oh, you'll have to wear it.
I think if we had a whip round with this studio audience, it could happen.
Like it's in Brazil. I'll just go to the beach behind the ITV studios. Dun 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 dun. I will not go! I will not go! It's a public beach! Dun, 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 dun. Carried on! Dun, 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 dun. Climbing up the glass window behind the BBC studio. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, yeah, I love that. I would do that. In other news, what is happening here?
A lorry is driving along a road.
Yes, it is. Have you any idea what may have occurred after that?
I think a pig escapes, doesn't it?
A pig escapes. That pig there, which is clearly attempting to escape. Is
there a pig driving all the other pigs?
No.
I heard about them flying, but this is quality.
No, the pigs haven't arranged a communal escape. That's the second... I know, we'll pause there before we go. The drama of that, before we see what the resolution was, that is quite a picture of a pig approaching the ground.
Is that proof that pigs can't fly?
Definitely cut the budget on Splash. Send it off to other countries. They never make it properly.
So that is the pig midway through the escape.
This is in China, isn't
it's
it?
in China.
Yeah.
It's in southern China, actually, yeah. And so the pig has a leap. Sorry, it looks like that's not going to work out well for him. This is the pig after that. There he is.
Yes.
It's great. And finally, here's the pig. Most recent picture of the pig. In other news, what has David Cameron claimed he can't get on holiday?
Oh, this is the idea that he can't actually get mobile phone reception when he's on holiday in Cornwall. Said that he couldn't actually hear President Obama on the phone once. And you're thinking, surely that's just Obama, isn't it? Going, oh, I can't be asked to speak to Cameron. I'm losing you, David. I'm losing you. Bye.
It's a very kind of terrifying situation that World War III could break out, but David Cameron would not know and be at the Penzance Otter Sanctuary. Oh, shall we invade Iran, David? Sorry, I'm at Trago Mills doing my shopping.
Yes. Good West Country knowledge. That's excellent West Country knowledge.
Have you been to Trago Mills?
I've never been to Trago Mills.
What is it, please?
It is a shop.
Thank you.
It's a shop halfway down the A38 that sells cheap carpets and sports equipment, and it's also made to look like a mock Tudor castle, and it has peacocks roaming the grounds.
Trago Mills sounds like a bad guy from a Bond movie. You have crossed me once too often, but you will rue the day you crossed Trago Mills.
I have cheap carpets and conservatory furniture.
Why does he want to take work calls when he's on holiday anyway? He's on holiday, for heaven's sake. Obama shouldn't be ringing him when he's on holiday. He should be more bloody respectful. And secondly, we don't want him to be answering work calls. When he's on holiday, he needs to relax and get himself into the right sort of state of mind for running the country. You don't want him to be sort of making important phone calls about policy at the same time as he's trying to prevent his children squeezing sun cream into the car radio or something.
It does look like the most boring... I mean, I've been on some bad holidays. Never have gone, oh, what did we get up to? Sat with our back to the beach and enjoyed a bottle of water.
Our next round is called Newsreel. We play in a recent piece of footage featuring people in the news and ask you to suggest what might be being said. This week's clip features the party leaders.
So I have resigned as Foreign Secretary. Did I tell you how I'm planning to spend my well-earned retirement? Yes, you did, William. I thought not. I am planning to spend it with Angelina Jolie. She loves me, Angelina. She says my big bald head reminds her of a baby, and she and Brad are hoping to adopt me.
So, Mr. Miliband, if you'd just like to sit here between two people with power. So, how are you getting on?
Well, we did very well in the local elections. How did you get on, Nick? How many seats did the Liberal Democrats win?
Well, thank you for mentioning that, Ed. We won, let me think about it, we won 3. 3 seats.
Oh, well done. So I just text Alex Salmond, loser, loser. Look, here comes Cameron. Look the other way. Well, good morning, chaps. How are you? Thank you very much indeed. I'll have a bottle of the Mouton Rothschild 82. I can't read the small writing. I'll just get out my new glasses. Don't think anyone's noticed, so that's good. Huh? Are you wearing glasses, Dave? Oh, Lord! Cameron's wearing glasses.
Oh, childish, huh? Childish.
I'll tell you what, though, Nick, I don't think he'll have them for very long. I think he'll probably leave them in a pub, like his children.
That is pathetic. Right, never mind, I'll put them away. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, here's another one, Dave. Hey, how many fingers am I holding up? He can't see! He can't see! Cameron's blind, yeah. I'll tell you what, Dave, you're so posh, you should be wearing a monocle.
Yes, well, that's very good, Ed, but I think you'll find that at least I can see the political writing on the wall, unlike you unelectable twat.
Oh, that's very funny, Mr. Magoo.
And by the way, I wouldn't talk to me again like that unless you want me to carry on mocking the geek.
Oh, that's a bit unfair. Yes, a bit sad now. I don't like that at all. I'm a little bit hurt by that. Yeah. So, when the Queen comes, we have the bingo, then we have the fish and chips, then we have the quiz, and then we bring the strippers in. So that's... just while we're all there, I just wanted to check. People are saying I'm weird. You people don't think I'm weird, do you? I'm just an ordinary bloke. You two don't think I'm weird, do you? I'm not weird.
No, not at all, Ed, no. Awkward. That is so
In other news, what has the government promised motorists this week?
They've said that if your ticket machine is broken, then you can just park there. Which is basically going to lead to people getting to the ticket machine, seeing they've got no change, getting the baseball bat out the back of their car.
I've got no change, but I do have a baseball bat.
What sort of impulse purchase is that? No, just a bar of chocolate, please. Hello, are they baseball bats?
Why has Pickles done this now? I reckon all that's happened is recently Eric Pickles got a parking ticket when he was only 10 minutes late, and he's thought, oh, I could do something about this.
I'll tell you what he looks like there. He looks like Trago Mills.
You crossed me for the last time, Mr. Bond.
His hat, rather weirdly, has got the face of an owl, if you look at it.
By the way, an interesting related note, what did Labour promise for everyone this week on Twitter?
Oh,
owls!
Owls.
Genuinely owls. The Labour Twitter feed, they claim, got hacked with the words, everybody should have his own owl. This is sinister. This is Trago Mills. He's infiltrated both political parties at the same time.
Well, I don't know. I think it's giving birds of prey away. I think it's a quick fix, but it's not a long-term solution.
I'm just very sad. I live on my own. I was looking forward to getting an owl to talk to. All I've got is my Henry Hoover.
If you lived at home with an owl and said, oh, just you and me now, owl, and then the owl just slowly turned its head away. What messages has David Cameron given to Scottish voters?
He's been doing film quotes mainly, hasn't he? He said, you know, there's no going back. He said that. He said, we'll always have Paris. He said, I want your clothes, your boots and your motorcycle.
Your motorcycle?
That's how boy. Is that like I want your clothes, your boots and your motorcycle.
What do you want? What do you want?
Hey?
I'm talking to the people...
I want your clothes, your boots and your motorcycle.
But hang on. But it's, you know, I'm not your dancing bitch, you know. I exclusively said that I would dance in order to gain free tickets to the Brazil World Cup. Oh. This going out at this point post the Brazil World Cup is just me. Dun, 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 dun.
Nike Air. Yep, the Tossers want to... Oh, fucking hell, Bob.
They wanted to compare it to a film that brought suffering to millions. They should have compared it to that one about Princess Monaco of Kent. No, is that her name? Princess Monaco. I don't know her fucking name. I just know it was a terrible film.
Princess Grace of Monaco.
Princess
Monaco of Kent.
Yes.
Why does cool being cool matter?
There's no reason why being cool would be...
You know, it's never really been the most important thing in politics. It was, oi, Gandhi, love the sheets thing. It's great, cool, man. Loving the look, loving it. Winston, standing up to fascism, cool vibe, man.
Prime Ministers are
cool vibe, man.
I come from a different era.
Of course you don't think that being cool is important. You use phrases like cool vibe, man. Totally rad.
I'll put them on into you. And I'm being Irish.
Get off.
I'm being Irish now.
What did French police recently lose at Marseille Airport?
Was it Princess Monaco of Kent?
Do you know what, Gary? When you get one thing wrong, they can be very mean on this show, can't they?
Oh, come on, this is nice mock the week, right? Oh, sorry. So you just want you literally want those two words. Last week. I can give you a number of different ones. Last week. Last week. Last week.
Last week.
Oh, sorry, you wanted sexy last week. Oh, sorry, I'll tell you. Last week.
It's either sexy or a taxi driver.
Well, Cinderella, she said, I'm your fairy princess, Princess Monaco of Kent.
In other news, how's David Cameron shaking things up this week?
Who answered that first time? It was Andy answered it, and he's gone for a wee. Well, he's probably, to be honest, he's probably doing some shaking of his own at this moment, so...
It doesn't matter in the same way that the points don't matter.
OK. So we get... Ed, do you want to answer that?
In other news, how is David Cameron shaking things up this week?
He's been learning to jive.
Anyone else want to have a go?
That's what all the kids are doing. Cool vibes, man.
You need to powder Romesh, OK. Oh, I should have announced that. You could have quietly powdered Romesh instead.
Looking a bit peaky.
Yeah.
The brown's wearing off.
Can I think of a celebrity whose veneers I'd like to copy? Probably Princess Monaco of Kent.
Why do I want a crown? Well, I'm Princess Monaco of Kent.
This is most unusual, madam. You don't seem to have any teeth at all. What's that? You here for a smear test? That's next door.
OK, the next topic is...
See, if I'd have added Princess Monaco of fucking Kent to the end of that,
what new form of male contraception might be available within 3 years?
I found this very disconcerting that there might be a male contraceptive in 3 years because my boyfriend told me he's been on it for 6 months.
We will do that.
It's just worrying.
This is a gel that supposedly blocks the tube from the testicles to the penis.
Yes, it is.
So, and you're thinking, well, you know, maybe no sperm will now come out, but it just means that your testicles are going to be bloody huge, aren't they? You'll be like carrying around these watermelons. You'll be like Buster Gonad. You have to have a little wheelbarrow to go round, won't you?
It's a tough life.
Yeah.
I get through it, though.
And they say it's reversible. Imagine if you reverse it the first time you make love after that. Oh, it'll be like Vesuvius, won't it? It won't be a penis, it'll be like a water cannon.
You can plaster your kitchen with it, couldn't you? Sort that out. Saves a job.
You go too far, don't you?
He's doing that.
Like, that's what I found very odd about it, the idea that if you can't see anything coming out, like, men could fake it too, and one of us should be enjoying this, surely.
I feel a bit sorry for the sperm, because they don't know this is happening. So they get us to that point, like, come on, lads, all ready for a night out, and then it's like, you go out on a Sunday and all the trains are cancelled or delayed, and they're going, oh, we're going to have to go back to the balls and get a pizza, lads. Let's go get 3 billion pizzas, please.
You make it out like your testicles are like our beef or something.
Yes,
yeah, here we go.
Smashing, mate. It's weird, isn't it? It's not a new thing, is it? You insert a fluid that stops you having proper sex. Men do that already, but it's called alcohol.
I'm not sure this is going to be that popular, though. You know, the idea that you have an injection in your testicles.
Yeah.
Injection and testicles, 2 words that shouldn't go together in the same sentence.
I mean, we're being silly because it's just the sperm that will be stopped. There'll still be all of the...
General ejaculation.
Yes.
Yes, there possibly would be. I'm not sure. But
I think it's gel in the tube. It's gel blocks the tube.
Gel blocks the vas deferens.
This is the problem. It is trust. This has been tested on baboons. It has.
It
blocks the tube. No, listen.
Injecting their penises.
OK, calm down till we give the facts that nobody is wanking off baboons.
We don't know that for sure.
Well, OK, so I can't say that for definite, just globally. There may be somewhere somebody right now wanking off a balloon, right? Just let's leave that option open. It works on baboons. It's been tested on baboons. Baboons were given this injection into the vas deferens, the tube from the testicles to the penis. That's how it's said in this field.
They tested it on baboons, and they said they did it for like 6 months, and they said after 6 6 months and none of the baboons were pregnant, so they've just assumed it works. But how do you know the baboons just weren't that good at sort of working the magic? Do you know what I mean? Just like... just baboons going, hey, how you doing? Nothing? OK, see you later.
Do you want to have sex? No, because I've just been injected in the penis. So Frank should leave me alone for a while. Can we just cuddle? Can we just do that? Why is it always boom, boom, boom with you lady baboons? So I just had an operation on my genital area and I'd like to be held. Don't rush me. Don't rush me. I feel vulnerable right now. OK, the next topic is bad things to say on a first date.
I'm not wearing any knickers, because I just shat myself.
So here's a good one. Name your favourite 3 members of the Nazi Party.
Well, no, I mean, that's the great thing about a blind date, isn't it? You don't know who you're going to meet. How are you, Mother?
No, it's totally all right, son. I just wanted to make sure you got home safely. That'd be £8, please.
Do I want tiramisu? I tiramisu.
I'm sorry I'm late. I didn't realise how far the restaurant was away from the STD clinic.
What brand of pants do I wear? God, that's a forward question. Incontinence.
So, I've marked your homework.
Do you have a condom? Because the police are coming and I need to swallow this cocaine.
My last girlfriend said I was unnecessarily mysterious. Or did she?
Oh, no, it's really great to meet another Star Wars fan. Yeah. Blowjob I will get.
Let's go Dutch. I'll have the poppadoms, please.
My last girlfriend abandoned me at the altar. Not into animal sacrifice, apparently.
Oh, you're back. How's the shit?
Don't tell me. Lamb. Am I right? It's just that I was expecting a woman.
OK, the next topic is unlikely film trailers.
One man fights his greatest peril. Laryngitis.
Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler in. Well, don't matter, does it? It's going to be shit anyway.
A UKIP film presentation, 101 Damn Asians.
Tom Cruise in the most ludicrous sci-fi thriller yet, a Scientology documentary.
This summer, Russell Crowe is punching people randomly in the face.
From the makers of Kaka One. Kaka Two.
Do you want to build a snowman? Do you want to have the words to let it go in your head all the time until you die? Then come see Frozen. I
dare you. Thor. You'll be amazed at how many problems can be solved by a big man with a massive hammer.
I Can't Read Productions presents Salmon Fishing in the Seaman, Yemen.
Look, an ancient African city? From the makers of Timbuk 1.
Russell Crowe stars as Bob Marley. The accent's so offensive you won't even care that he blacked up.
Tom Cruise. Explosions. A flash of boob. That'll do you.
Despicable Me 3, now starring as the arch-villain Gru, Dara O'Brien.
It looks like a runner bean, only smaller. From the makers of Mange 1.
I only told you to blow the bloody door off. In cinemas now, the Oscar Pistorius story.
At the end of that round, the points go to Ed Hewitt Milton. Hang on. It's all very sorry. So it's just this one side is doing it all the time. That's really unfair. I'm so sorry, right? You two are you're kind of hogging it a bit. So for the rest of the round, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to... Things you won't hear at the World Cup. Dun 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 dun.